Hey, instead of flying, we're road tripping this morning. The road tripping bus is hitting the highway again today, and we're stopping in Toledo. Or maybe I should say we're racing in Toledo. Good Day Columbus's Ashley Yore explains.
Good morning. We are road tripping in Toledo, and guess what? It is time to race. I am hanging out with Ron. Where are we right now?
You are at the Michigan-Ohio state line. Right over there's I-75, right within shot, and we're at Toledo Speedway. Toledo Speedway, built in 1960. It's a paved racetrack. Some tracks are dirt, some are paved. This is a half-mile track. It's got a quarter-mile in the center, has a pit road. So we're in the business of doing major events, and so the history and tradition of the track, a lot of the well-known drivers have raced here. Guys like Kyle Busch and Ryan Newman and Mark Martin and Rusty Wallace. Also open-wheel guys, Indy 500 guys like Al Unser and Mario Andretti have raced at Toledo Speedway. So a lot of tradition, but we're still doing this racing thing, and it's pretty exciting every Friday night.
And short track, but you said folks are going around a lot of times here.
Yeah, it's a short track, which is a half mile. It is banked, though. It's banked about 16 degrees in the corners, which lets them get a lot of speed up. So average speeds for the fastest cars here, 125 miles an hour. A lot of speed for a short track.
That's pretty fast.
That's pretty fast. And they tend to run into one another, which makes it much more exciting.
Very exciting, yeah. And tell me about those stands, because you said not every racetrack has those.
Yeah, we're really proud of the grandstand system that we have. We acquired it from Michigan International Speedway, so it's a major league grandstand at sort of a minor league facility, and that's what we try to do here at Toledo Speedway. We try to bring major league type events to a minor league facility, and we're really proud of being in Ohio. We're really proud of being in Toledo, and a gas tank's drive from Columbus.
All right, fantastic. And coming up, we are going to tell you about a big race coming up here at the end of the month, something you are not going to want to miss. Guys?
All right, just about 7:45. Hey, the Buckeyes, they're out of town this weekend.
Yes.
So if you're looking for something to do, here's some good ideas.
How about going to Toledo? That's where our road tripping crew is. Checking out some speed on the racetrack. Good Day Columbus Ashley Yore shows us just how fast you can go when you're in Toledo.
Hey, we are road tripping at the Toledo Speedway, and we're about to go around the track. All right, hit it, Ron.
You buckled in?
I am. Let's go.
Here we go.
So we're obviously not in a race car right now.
No, we're actually in a chase vehicle, which is a safety vehicle that we send out to the scene of the accident when cars have come together, which happens pretty regularly here at Toledo Speedway. It's part of why people like to buy a ticket and be here. We're gonna make laps around the track around 30 seconds. The cars will make laps in less than 14 seconds.
Wow, that's pretty amazing, because we're going pretty fast right now.
Well, the banking is what allows you to go as fast as you do through the turns. If the straightaway, you can see you're sort of level. Then when you go into the turns, you can feel that the car wants to throw itself toward the outside. The banking is what allows you to go through the turns with the speed that you have.
And how many times are they going to go around?
200 times around this half-mile racetrack, and they can't make it all the way on one set of tires and on one tank of fuel. So what will happen is they'll make a determination when it's best for them to make their pit stop, and they'll come down the straightaway and they'll decide, we're going to come down pit road this time by.
You can really feel that.
This is where the pit crews will be. They'll jump over this wall. They'll service the race car. The race car will then take back off, make its way back off the pit road, and now we're back in the race.
And tell me the details, because I know folks are going to want to come out and see this.
The race is 200 laps, Glass City 200. Of course, Toledo is the Glass City. Saturday, September 28th. Biggest race in this region of the country for stock cars of this type. They're ARCA Outlaw late models. We should have around 40 race cars, drivers from 6 states in Canada, and about 5,000 people in town for the race.
And it's going to be a whole lot faster than what we're doing right now, and trust me, I'm holding on.
Much faster. This is just a Sunday drive.
All right, fantastic. Guys?
8:24 on Good Day Columbus. All right, so looking for something fun to do this weekend? How about heading north to Toledo?
Waiting for the music.
Oh, it's there.
Actually, it's an exciting time for Toledo and Lake Erie. It's the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Lake Erie, Pete.
Good Day Columbus's Ashley Yore takes us to a place that can take us back to that time.
When you're road tripping in Toledo, there is one spot you definitely don't want to miss, because you got to get your fill of art. I am hanging out with Ed, and tell me where we are right now. This room is so impressive.
It's called the Great Gallery. It's one of the major exhibition rooms in the Toledo Museum of Art. And we have some of our great old master paintings on display here.
And one right behind us, you said this is one that the museum is kind of known for.
Yes, this Rubens, The Crowning of St. Catherine's, is a great painting. It's considered one of the finest ones by him in the Western Hemisphere. It's an autograph work, one that he actually painted, unlike many of the ones which were studio works where he'd do a little bit on it.
And I know when we were driving up today, I was impressed by the sheer size of the museum. It's really big.
It's a beautiful building. It was built between 1912 and 1933 in white marble, and it's sort of based on Greek architecture. It's just a wonderful building with some contemporary additions as well by world-class architects. Frank Gehry, Sana for the Glass Museum across the street.
And what do you find inside? Is it a lot of diverse art?
It's a very diverse collection. We range from ancient art up into contemporary, European, Asian. A variety of cultures are represented with really sort of premium examples of each of those cultures.
And what do you have coming up? I know a lot of things that folks are definitely going to want to come take the trip and see.
The next large exhibition that opens in October, and it's called Fresh Impressions, and it's a look at Japanese woodblock prints from the 1920s and 1930s.
All right, well, coming up, Ed is going to take us on a special tour of one exhibition that's here right now. Pretty special one, isn't it?
Yes, it commemorates the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Lake Erie.
All right, so stay with us, guys.
Well, Good Day Columbus is hitting the road. We're hitting the highway to show you some cool places you can go this weekend.
And this morning we're hitting Toledo. Woo! Did you know this year Toledo and Lake Erie are looking back? It's the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Lake Erie, and Ashley Yore is giving us a little history lesson.
When you're at the Toledo Museum of Art, you're definitely going to want to check out this exhibit that is running through November 10th. Now, Ed, you curated this exhibit.
That's correct.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, this exhibit commemorates the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Lake Erie, with Commodore Perry being the man that sort of won this event for the country.
Now, even if you don't recognize his face right here, you're probably going to recognize this artist, correct?
Right, Gilbert Stuart. Almost everybody has a portrait by him in their pocket. He's the picture of Washington on the $1 bill. Famous American portrait painter.
And what else do you have here? A few things that really haven't been seen other places before.
Right, we have this large painting of the Battle of Lake Erie by Thomas Birch. It's on loan from the Pennsylvania Academy of Fine Arts. It's its first time in this area, and it's actually sort of really fascinating because it depicts an event that took place about 30 miles from Toledo.
So instead of a photograph, because obviously couldn't do that then.
Right. So artists went to the scene, they sort of talked to people involved with the battle, they sketched the ships and created this very accurate version of the Battle of Lake Erie.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you said you have one other piece here that's something very special.
We actually have one of the 6 known copies of the Treaty of Ghent, the treaty that actually ended the War of 1812. And it's really a great document. You can see the signatures of all the signers on it. John Quincy Adams, Henry Clay were there. And there were also sketches of them done while they were negotiating the treaty. Those are part of that display.
And just to put it in perspective for folks, why is this exhibit so important here and to the museum?
It's really important because the Battle of Lake Erie is one of these events that changed the course of the War of 1812. It freed up this part of the country from British influence, and with one other battle right afterwards, the Battle of the Thames, really eliminated the British in this part of the country and allowed the war to continue on the East Coast and finally come to a conclusion.
All right, very cool. Excellent job. And again, this is running through November 10th, so you're definitely going to want to check it out. Guys?
And did you know, yes, we have a Columbus Zoo, and it's a great zoo.
Yeah, that's right. But if you belong to the Columbus Zoo, we have an extra deal to tell you about when you go to the Toledo Zoo. Right, Ashley?
Okay, one thing you're not going to want to miss in Toledo, stopping by the zoo. Am I right, Randy?
Right. This is a great place to come visit.
And especially this exhibit here. I love seeing the polar bears. Who do we have in the water?
Right. In the water, we have our 2 cubs, Suka and Sakari, and they were born in November.
And tell me a little bit about them.
Well, they were born in November to our female mother, Crystal, and they're actually the brother and sister to your 2 females that you have at the Columbus Zoo.
Oh, fantastic. Now, you may think that they're small. They're really not.
Well, if you look at them, you think they're small, especially compared to Mom, who's almost 700 pounds, but they actually weigh about 250 pounds at this stage.
And it looks like they have quite a big area here to roam around and swim around.
Yes, we have a great exhibit. It was state-of-the-art when we opened it in the year 2000, and it's still state-of-the-art, and we're very proud of it. And we think it's helped. We've been very successful breeding polar bears and having bears act normally and do well. And so we'd love for people to come and see it.
And you said you've had them since the time they're really small.
Right. They were born here, and when they're born, they're about the size of a stick of butter, about a pound. But we don't actually get to see them, put our hands on them till about 30 pounds. We monitor everything with cameras with the females denned up where it's nice and quiet.
So when folks want to come out, you actually have a deal for anyone who's a member of the Columbus Zoo.
Right. We have reciprocal agreements. So if you come to the Toledo Zoo, you can actually get 50% off your admission fee here if you're a member of the Columbus Zoo.
All right, and you'll get to see these polar bears?
Right. Absolutely.
Fantastic. You are definitely going to want to come out and see them. They are so cute, guys.